Yup, because kids in horror movies are scary as fuck. A little while ago, I did a video on super dark coming of age movies. So I'm not going to mention any of the movies I mentioned here, but I will link this video. I highly recommend all of these. Yup, we're coming out swinging, starting with The Orphanage. This is one of the saddest, most devastating, and depressing horror movies you will ever watch in your life. But it is so absolutely worth it. And the kids in it are fucking creepy as hell. I fucking love Orphan. This is one of my favorite, plot twists in horror movies. And this girl did such a great job playing a creepy kid. This movie still holds up. It's one of my favorites. Okay, so this movie, Terrified, is not fully about children, but this creepy-ass motherfucker is a main part of it. And this is also just an incredible movie that I think a lot more people need to watch. Okay, so I don't consider The Good Son to be a horror movie, but this is probably the most evil motherfucker on this whole list, so I had to include it. Macaulay Culkin is so insufferable and evil in this movie, and I love every minute of it. A movie I talk about a lot because it's one of the only movies to ever scare the fucking shit out of me, and the reason it scared me is because of this creepy-ass kid. No fucking thank you, this one still gets me. Another movie I talk about a lot because it's also one that truly scared me, The Possession from 2012. Fuck this kid. Especially the ending when she keeps saying, "Daddy, you scared me," in the same exact tone and cadence. Fuck no. I still can't watch that without being fucking terrified. Switching to not evil kids, but still a movie about kids. Incident in a Ghostland. This movie is so haunting and beautiful and also devastating when you find out what's truly going on. But gorgeous and an absolute masterpiece. Kids vs. Aliens is a movie I watched recently on Shudder and I absolutely loved it. It was so much fun. The friend group in this reminds me of the kids from Stranger Things and It 2017, which obviously I have to mention It 2017 too, because this might be my favorite cast ever. This is like my number one comfort movie. I fall asleep to this movie every single night. And these kids are what make this movie so great. They're so funny. Every single one of them is so good. And while we're on that topic, another one from Stephen King, Dr. Sleep. Another one where the kids aren't the villains, the adults are the villains against the children. I think this is a perfect movie. It was perfectly done by our Lord and Savior Mike Flanagan. He cannot be beat. Okay, back to the evil kids. You might have heard me talk about Eden Lake before because this movie is so fucking... I just had a stroke because it's hard to define. It just leaves you feeling absolutely numb and empty, and these kids are fucking awful. More awful, insufferable kids. I don't want to say too much about this movie. I think everybody should go into watching it blind. But I can honestly say I think this movie might be the most frustrated I've ever been watching a movie ever. The Lodge came pretty close to that, though, because these kids absolutely fucking suck. And if you know the ending, I'm not saying they deserved it, but they deserved it. The Children is a movie I haven't watched in a really long time, but it's one that I always like to mention when talking about evil kids, because this movie alone will make you never want to fucking have children. David Cronenberg's The Brood. This is one of those movies where I'll just be sitting there minding my own business, and all of a sudden that scene of her cleaning the baby will pop into my head. If you know, you know. If you don't know, you should go find out. And obviously I gotta mention Sinister. This is a great horror movie. Scary ass kid.